It's been 8 long years since Angelina Jolie shocked the world by filing for divorce from Brad Pitt, citing unresolvable differences. After what seemed like an eternity, the Hollywood power couple has finally reached a settlement. On December 30th, the papers were signed, officially ending their 2-year marriage. Jolie, now 49, and Pitt, 61, have come a long way since that split. Jolie is closing a chapter of her life and walking away $80 million richer after divorce finalization from Brad Pitt. Jolie's lawyer, James Simon, stated, "More than 8 years ago, Angelina filed for divorce from Mr. Brad Pitt. She and the children left all the properties they shared with him. Since then, she's been on a relentless journey to find peace and healing for their family." Angelina is exhausted, but relieved that this chapter is finally over. The love story that captivated the world. In 2003, the sparks flew on the set of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, where Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie played a married couple of assassins. Interestingly, Jolie confessed it wasn't love at first sight. Both were the last two people who were looking for a relationship, but over months of filming, a unique friendship and partnership blossomed. Despite their growing closeness, they remained very, very good friends until after Pitt and Jennifer Aniston announced their separation in January 2005. Their joint statement to People magazine emphasized that their separation wasn't due to rumors. Later that year, Jolie adopted her second child, Zahara, from Ethiopia, further deepening her bond with Pitt. Jolie had already adopted her son Maddox in 2002, who played a pivotal role in bringing her and Pitt closer. In a touching moment, Maddox spontaneously called Pitt Dad, solidifying their relationship. Pitt and Jolie supported marriage equality, stating they'd only marry when everyone had the legal right to do so. In 2008, expecting twins, they leased the stunning Chateau Miraval in the south of France, complete with a vineyard and olive groves. The couple bought the property in 2012, launching Miraval Wines. That same year, they got engaged, with their children eagerly anticipating their marriage. In 2014, they tied the knot at Chateau Miraval in an intimate ceremony. The wedding cake was made by their son Pax, and Jolie's dress was beautifully decorated by their children. The couple cherished the day for its relaxed and joyful atmosphere. However, just 2 years later, in 2016, Jolie filed for divorce, citing that they just couldn't get along. After 8 intense and very public years, her divorce from ex-husband Brad Pitt was finalized. Just days after, the star's words were published in a new interview with Magazine. Angelina was asked during the conversation about her pet peeves, and she cryptically responded, "So many things, but my pet peeve is somebody who is a liar. Somebody who feels a need to not say the truth or what they want, what they feel." There's a big version of that, and I'm not trying to be heavy about it, but people who say one thing and mean another, who aren't completely who they are, I think a lot of people don't say what they mean. Now, let's get to a pivotal incident in the Brangelina's relationship. What Pitt did on the plane, of course, according to Jolie's statements, is unacceptable, and we can't believe it was done by such a handsome man. Angelina claimed Brad Pitt was abusive to her and their 6 kids during the flight. This marked a turning point, as neither she nor the kids ever returned to their home at Miraval after that day. In November 2016, the FBI and Los Angeles County Department of Children and Family Services closed an investigation into allegations of physical abuse involving Pitt and his children that stemmed from the incident aboard the private plane. A source close to Pitt at the time said, "He is emphatic that it did not reach the level of physical abuse, that no one was physically harmed. He did not hit his child in the face in any way. He put his hands on him, yes, because the confrontation was going out of control, keeping it under wraps." 4 months later, Brad and Angie decided to keep their divorce details super private. They got a private judge to handle everything behind closed doors to protect their kids. The official statement in their joint statement, they said, "We've agreed to keep all court docs confidential and hired a private judge for any legal stuff to make things go faster." They also promised, "We're committed to working together for the sake of our kids and their healing." Despite their promises, the months leading up to this agreement were filled with intense custody battles and bitter accusations. It was a drama that had everyone talking. In the quiet corners of Hollywood, 2017 began with Brad and Angelina making a monumental decision. They agreed to seal sensitive records related to their 6 children. Maddox, Pax, Zahara, Shiloh, and the twins Vivienne and Knox had their details locked away from nosy eyes. Fast forward to today, and those kids have grown. Maddox is now 23, Pax 21, Zahara 19, Shiloh 18, and the twins are 16. How time flies, right? The tale took another twist in 2019. Brad and Angelina's divorce was finalized in 2 stages, making them legally single. The news spread like wildfire, leaving fans in shock. And just when we thought the drama had peaked, Brad stepped into the spotlight with a new romance, dating LA jewelry executive Ines de Ramon since 2022. Talk about moving on. The story doesn't end there. Over the years, the ex-couple found themselves entangled in a bitter custody battle. The legal disputes didn't stop with their kids. They also clashed over the enchanting $164 million French estate and winery, Chateau Miraval. This beautiful estate, once a symbol of their love, became the centerpiece of their legal wars. Ever wondered what happens when Hollywood royalty goes to war? Buckle up. In February 2022, Brad Pitt took a bold step and sued Angelina Jolie over her sale of her Chateau Miraval stake. Jolie, our fierce Tomb Raider star, wasn't backing down. She hit back with a countersuit, claiming Brad was fighting her out of spite. Now, here's the twist. The lawsuit was filed by Nouvelle, a company Jolie started. They claimed that Brad had come up with a successful plan to take control of Chateau Miraval after their split in 2016. Talk about the plot thickening. Jolie fired back in a case management statement calling Pitt's legal actions frivolous, malicious, and part of a problematic pattern. She stood firm, insisting there was no secret, unwritten, unspoken contract that required them to ask for consent before selling their shares of Chateau Miraval, a true warrior holding her ground. And the drama continues. In 2024, the fierce battle over Chateau Miraval raged on, separate from their divorce proceedings. Things took a wild turn in November when Jolie scored a major legal win. A judge ruled that Pitt had to disclose documents, including emails and texts. Jolie's lawyer, Paul Murphy, believes these will prove her allegations of abuse and years of cover-up by Pitt. But don't count Brad out just yet. The same month, he notched his own victory. Jolie's motions to dismiss the lawsuit were rejected, pushing the case closer to trial. Potential proof of a written agreement about selling their shares might just back Pitt's claims. A source close to Brad says this demonstrates the legitimacy of his claims. Brad's lawyers weren't too thrilled with Jolie's document request, calling it a sensationalist fishing expedition. The tension is palpable as both sides gear up for the next round. Who will come out on top in this high-stakes legal battle? We don't know yet. Angelina Jolie took to her Insta stories on Wednesday with a heartbreaking message after news spread that her divorce from Brad Pitt had been finalized. The Oscar-winning actress posted a photo of a country in ruins with a heartfelt message for her 15 million followers. The 49-year-old actress was addressing the mass carnage in Syria as she moved the spotlight from her personal life to her humanitarian efforts. While Angelina was baring her soul to the world and focusing on humanitarian causes, Brad Pitt's life was taking a different turn. Enter Ines de Ramon, Brad's girlfriend, who played a crucial role in helping him settle the nearly decade-long divorce battle with Angelina. Can you imagine? Sources tell that Ines encouraged Brad to finally make peace and move on so they could start a life together, potentially with kids in the future, without the albatross that was the 8-year War of the Roses, an insider reveals. She's been a positive influence on Brad, helping him see the light at the end of this long, dark tunnel. Ines has a really good perspective on things. It's sad how this whole thing has played out, but at least this is progress in the right direction, another source adds. Jewelry designer Ines de Ramon, 31, and Brad, 61, started dating rumors in November 2022 and made their official red carpet debut nearly 2 years later at the 2024 Venice Film Festival. A source told that the Fight Club star is so grateful to have someone like de Ramon by his side. She not only supports him, but isn't bothered by being in the public eye or all the issues surrounding Brad's legal drama. De Ramon, previously married to Vampire Diaries star Paul Wesley, is someone used to the spotlight. She doesn't let any of Brad's past issues strain their relationship. Before Jolie, Brad was married to Jennifer Aniston, but now, with Ines by his side, it seems Brad is ready to embrace a future free from past shadows. It's Angelina's devotion versus Brad's new beginning. Despite all the turbulence between Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, there's one thing they still share: love for their 6 children. While the kids grew up in the spotlight, they prefer to keep their lives private. In the end, we're not here to judge the battle between Angelina and Brad. What's clear is that Angelina has devoted her life to her children, while Brad is pursuing a tranquil life with his girlfriend. Oh, and by the way, Vivienne, Zahara, and Shiloh have ditched Pitt from their last names. Now it's your turn. What's your take on this divorce? If you liked it, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you want to see videos like this, subscribe now.